Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Culinary and Brewing New Student Orientation. I am Chef Corey Barrett, joined with Chef Stephanie Hughes.
Hi, everyone.
Terry McDonald. Terry is a receptionist on the second floor. She also works on the second floor with Faith Bentley. They both are, Faith is our office manager. Yvonne and Vilo are also here with us. They're receptionists on the first floor. Yvonne's usually the morning receptionist, and Vilo is there during the afternoon. And so again, thanks for everybody for watching. And if you have, you might want to have like a pen and paper. If you have any questions along the way, you can email some of the information to us at the end of this video.
All right, so we just want to go through some information that hopefully you'll find helpful as you're starting out on our campus at the Culinary Allied Health Building. So we're going to go through the Bronson Healthy Living Campus and what that is comprised of, some of our safe return policies, uniforms and books, and then student services contact information. And then we'll just do some reminders and wrap it up.
Good morning, all. Welcome, Culinary and Brewing students, to the Marilyn J. Schlack Culinary and Allied Health Building. That's a mouthful. For your information, we refer to the Marilyn J. Schlack Culinary and Allied Health Building as the CA. That's how you'll hear us refer to it, just so that you know. But the CA is actually part of our Bronson Healthy Living Campus. And so part of the Bronson Healthy Living Campus includes the CA, and then also our Food Innovation Center, which is on Crosstown Parkway. It's probably 3 blocks from here. And our culinary program especially works really closely with our FIC building. And then again, we use the shortening of the Food Innovation Center. We use the FIC. But also part of the Bronson Healthy Living Campus is the Kalamazoo Community Mental Health. So that while that's on our campus, it's not really part of the college. But those 3 buildings comprise the Bronson Healthy Living Campus. For your purposes, what you really need to know is that at the CA, most of your programs for brewing and culinary will be located on the 1st and 2nd floor. The brewery is located on the 2nd floor, and then most of the lecture classes, some of the lab classes are on the 2nd floor for culinary program. The 3rd floor is where we have all of our health career programs. And so we have nursing, respiratory care therapy, and we also have an EMS program. All of those programs are on the 3rd floor. We have, as you were introduced to, 3 of our admin team are here, and you'll get to meet each of them. Each one of us is here to help make your academic experience the easiest possible. So if you have any questions at all, find any one of us and we'll be able to walk you through it. Right now, what's on the screen now is this brochure, and you can find this at the entrance, and we have some on the 2nd floor as well if you'd like to take one when you get to the building. I do want to reiterate a couple things. One of our team is going to talk about parking passes and how you get those and where you park. But I do want to stress the importance of making sure when you come to the CA that you have your student IDs. You need those for your parking pass, and there are a few other things that you need to have them for in the building. So I'm going to give the floor over to Terry, and she's going to talk a little bit more about this brochure.
Oh, good morning. And just to reiterate, my name is Terry, and I sit in the 2nd floor offices. And I'm just going to go over the brochure. And here's another example that Faith mentioned. And I'm not going to read everything. I'm just going to remind you this brochure was developed for you, our students, so they have a better understanding of what resources we have available at the CA. And also to let you know that on your first couple of days, we will have copies of these down at the area where you'll pick up your parking passes, and that will be explained later. But as you'll notice, there is a map that shows the parking areas. It's a little small on this, but just when you come into the building, we can give you a bigger map or you can take the brochure. Some other things to mention, if you're returning students, we are no longer have available. You will not have to enter at the Jasper Street location. You'll be able to enter the front doors, and we'll explain, but there'll be new masks for you to pick up when you enter, and others will explain more details on that too. But this just lists all the services. One thing I always like to remind students is that we do have public safety. They may not always be in our building, but they are available when needed. And they not only help out with maybe lock keys in the cars or things like that, but also if you're a student taking evening classes and you don't feel comfortable walking out to our back parking lot, let us know and we can call public safety, and they're more than happy to escort you to the parking lot. So just some of the other resources we have available. And we'll go into more details as we go on. And just note, we don't expect you to memorize everything. That's why we're all here to answer your questions. Okay, I'm going to continue on. Faith briefly mentioned the Valley IDs, and we just want to stress how important that is, the Valley IDs. And if you have not gotten your ID yet, you should go to your My Valley account, and there is information on how to submit a photo, and just take a basic photo of yourself or have someone take it and send it in digitally, and then the IDs will be mailed to you. So as soon as you can get this done, the better, just because there's a lot of students sending in their photos too for IDs. And just as another reminder too, with your My Valley account, if you haven't become familiar with that, this is a good time to do that. There's a lot of really great resources on there. Not only just information, but there's several how-to videos if you need information on how to register to class, pay your tuition, or even just how to drop a class. So it's all there for your information. And don't forget to check your Valley email account on a regular basis.
So the next point is about the parking passes. So before that, as Faith and Terry already mentioned, that we have a map about the different parking possibilities. So you will get this piece of paper to see where you can park. The easiest is our student parking lot, with what is behind the building. In order to use that, you need this parking pass. You will get this already on the first week you come to the building. At the reception desk, or we plan to have a separate table for easier pickup. Please bring your Valley ID with you. This parking pass is free unless you lose the first one and you need a second one, then we ask to pay you to pay $10 for the second one, but the first one is free. There are other possibilities for parking. The other closest one is on the street, but there are meters, so you have to pay for the parking there. And the other possibilities are on the map. I don't go into details. One thing, please don't park on the other side of the street. There are the Bronson parking lots. If you park there, then you might have to pay a big fine. So use our student parking lot with this pass and the street if needed.
And I do want to just mention, on your first day, you don't have to worry about getting ticketed or anything. You are free to go into the student lot that first day, even if you don't have a pass. Our public safety understands that there'll be a couple-day transition before you're able to get your passes.
Okay, my name is Yvonne and I'm the morning shift receptionist on the first floor. And I'd like to talk to you about the text messaging system. KVCC has a message alert system. And when you register for school, All students with a cell phone are automatically subscribed. And these messages could deal with school closings, class cancellation, or other emergency situations. But today I want to talk about the class cancellation because that is something that is more in-house than the other alerts, and they deal with the instructor. So the instructor may cancel a class or may be late for a class. And we receive that information and we fill out this card. The card will have all the information that you receive on your text messaging alert. It'll have the instructor's name, the classroom, the CRN number, the course number, and the date and time that the class is going to be canceled. It also may include a message or instructions from your instructor, which may say, read chapter 5. But if the instructor decides to, well, not decide, but if the instructor is coming in late, then they may send a message that they're going to be 10 to 15 minutes late. And that yellow card I showed you will be on the front window of the classroom so that those who don't get the text message, well, at least they know when they arrive at school that the class is canceled or the instructor is going to be late. All the other alerts now, they are going to be broadcasted on TV with a little ticker tape screen. So there might be a snow day. And now we've implemented a delayed start. So all that will be on TV as well as radio stations. And then there might be another emergency situation, and that might be an electrical outage. So you'll get all those alerts through your cell phone. And we really ask that you pay attention to your alert text messages from KVCC so that you won't make an unnecessary trip to school. I'm going to talk about food order delivery. We like that when you order food from Jimmy John's or the like, that you make sure that they have your cell phone number and that you track your order and that you meet the delivery person on the first floor in the lobby. And basically this is a courtesy to the delivery person, so he doesn't have to track through the building to look for you. He may have, or they may have other deliveries. So anyway, we ask that you be down here when your food is delivered. Also want to talk about our vending machine. We have vending machines on the 3rd floor in room 352. We have snack machines and coffee and beverages. You can use cash or credit card. If the machine does not dispense the item that you purchase or doesn't give you change or takes your money, you're welcome to come down to the 1st floor reception desk and we will refund your money. If you use a credit card, we cannot refund the credit card. What we ask you to do is wait 24 hours so that the credit card can be adjusted. And if that doesn't happen within the 24-hour frame, then we will give you a phone number you can call so you can find out what's happening with that adjustment on your credit card. There also is a microwave on the 3rd floor. And we just ask that you clean up any messes that may be made after using the microwave. Oh, next is lost and found. If you lose anything, you're welcome to come to our desk and ask if someone turned something in, and yes, you can turn something in here at our desk. We usually keep it for a week and then we turn it over to public safety. Now, public safety won't keep items like thermos or water bottles or notebooks. They're going to toss them after 3 or 4 days because their space is limited. However, if you lose a computer, a wallet, a credit card, public safety then will, if you give them the date and time and location that these items were lost, then they will check their security cameras to see if they can find the person who left those items in that particular area. Public safety is located on the 2nd floor and they are in room 224. So you're welcome to go up there and check on items this yourself if you like, especially if they're around and in the area. I think that's it for me, and I look forward to seeing you in September.
Yeah, so about the resource room, I have just few information for you. So there is a resource room in our building for you to use. You can, I'm sitting in the resource room at the moment. You can see behind me, even if it's small, there are computers and the printer. This is a black and white printer. If you need color printer, then you can do that in the Ann Whitten Hall, which is another downtown building. But here in our building, you can have the black and white printers. We have some basic office supplies here to use when you are printing your material or using a computer. The resource room is located on the first floor in the very back on the hallway behind the culinary theater. And just one more thing, what I like very much here in this room, we have lots of cookbooks. Yeah, so that's about this room.
Okay, thank you. All right, so when you do come to the building, you're going to be able to enter in the main doors. Some of you may have heard that in the past, students had to enter at Jasper and Walnut Streets. But as of right now, you're able to enter in the main front doors. So when you do that, you'll want to come in with your own mask already on, and then you'll grab a new mask, put that one on, and then make sure that you also use the hand sanitizer. There could be other things added to that, but as of right now, that is kind of our policy. So regardless of your vaccination status, you need to be always wearing a mask in our building. Okay. So stay tuned for if any of those things do change. We'll keep you posted. Corey?
Bookstore time. All right, so for both culinary and brewing alike, your bookstore access is predominantly going to be at the Texas Township Bookstore. That's the larger of the two bookstore options. There is a bookstore at Ann Whitten Hall as well, but the one at Texas Township is going to have quite a bit. You can order your books online and have them dropped off at the KA. Just a heads up on that, it's going to take at least 72 hours for those things to be delivered. So don't think that it's going to happen just in a 24-hour period or kind of overnight. And those are dropped off on the second floor in the offices, and we can pick them up from there. They do have a slightly limited hours as of right now. However, typically when classes start on the 8th of September, the hours do extend a little bit deeper into the evening. So you can look for that. Financial aid becomes available on August 23rd. You can use that to pay for books or a charge card. So those are your couple options there. Just to kind of tag on to the uniform and books, whether culinary or brewing uniforms, you can find those both at the bookstore again. They'll be available there. And then any other utensils that might be required for class, specifically, for culinary students, obviously knife kits can be found there as well. So those parts and pieces will be available at the bookstore. And that wraps up that slide.
And just to note, make sure that you're getting white chef coats. You won't need
Yes.
any black chef coats until much later in the program. So make sure that you have white chef coats. So hopefully there's no confusion there. All right, so just to go over some student services contact information. All of this information is available on your My Valley homepage. You can find this information. You can make appointments and things. So depending on what the area is, you can make a call or email. There are some in-person meetings and Zoom virtual meetings going on too. So hopefully there'll be a way that you can get your questions answered quickly. So just some of the numbers we have listed here: ARR, admissions, registration and records, apprenticeships, bookstore, counseling, And Terry will mention something about that in just a sec. Financial aid and internships, and then Promise and Kalamazoo Promise, and then also KVAP, which is the Kalamazoo Valley Accelerated Associate Program. So Terry, if you want to touch just on counseling quickly. And then unmute.
Thank you. I just wanted to let you know that here at the KA, we do not have counselors and advisors that are here every day, but way it will start in the fall semester is that Amy Gill, who is our pathway advisor for brewing and culinary, she will have office hours here on the second floor at the KA on all day Monday and Tuesday mornings. And then Chris Stroven, who is our academic counselor, he will be here for appointments on Wednesdays and Thursdays, all days. That's general. Sometimes there's changes in their schedules, but that's how it's usually set up. If you want to make an appointment, a specific appointment for them, I can help you with that, or you can do that through your My Valley account. I will tell you right now, all of our, if you needed to talk to one of them before classes start, it's going to be a little more challenging to make an individual appointment because all of our counselors are now doing what we call drop-ins. But all you need to do is call into the 488-4040 number on the counseling and advising, and your name will be put in a queue. And you'll be called back first come, first serve, and you'll be able to talk to someone. You just can't specify the day, the time, or the person, but all of our counselors and pathway advisors should be able to answer your questions. And for any of these things that Stephanie's gone over, if you have any questions, again, don't feel free to ask myself or Yvonne or Bilo, and we're all available to help you make appointments or make contacts with these different groups. Thank you.
Thanks, Terry. And just a few more numbers and contact info. The library, early middle college and dual enrollment, Office for Student Access. So if you require accommodations, please make sure that you contact their office. They will then get a hold of your instructors to make sure your instructors know what you need to, do well in class. So make sure that you reach out to them. The pay station, prior learning, employment services, student success, and then any tutoring. So, and all this, again, information is available on your My Valley page. So some reminders or notes. We want to make sure that in addition to viewing this culinary and brewing orientation video, that you also do the main orientation for Kalamazoo Valley. So you can find it in My Valley under the My Links, and then new student orientation. So you can kind of do that at your leisure. And just to note, most of our lecture classes are going to be held online. So KVCC uses Canvas as their learning management system. And you need to make sure that you are logging into Canvas often. You'll find lots of information there from your instructors. You'll also be submitting assignments usually through there. And then you will need to be doing a health screening prior to entering the building on the days that you have lab classes. So that will be posted in Canvas by your instructor, just to make sure we're screening everybody before they come in the building. So, and then our lab classes, we are able to have those online or in person, excuse me. And we're gonna let you know if anything changes, but right now, again, you have to have a mask on, so.
And a big thank you from all of us, and as well as everyone else that's working downtown at the KA. We know that the last year has been interesting for education and everything else involved. There you'll see my email as well as Chef Stephanie's email. There's a general information number there for the second floor. And as you come in, for your first days, you're going to have questions. Good. Go ahead and ask them, especially, like we mentioned, Yvonne and Vilo are going to be there on the first floor. Terry's on the second floor as Faith as well. Stephanie and I are on all floors. Just kind of, we teach
Every
as well,
day,
so
yeah.
it just depends on the time of the day. So, but a big thank you from us and from everyone involved. So thank you all, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.